Hello everyone. Well, I've been checking out this crank that I have. One of the first things that I had to do was to pull the oil passage plugs. Mine had these threaded plugs for the oil passages right here on the rod journals. Got to pull those out and clean the passage out with a pipe cleaner or whatever to get all the old oil, and there's definitely old crusty oil in there. So I got those out. 3 of them came out. I couldn't get them out with a screwdriver, so 3 of them I had to use my little hand impact driver, and the 4th one was pretty stuck in there, so I just took a nut and welded it onto the end of it and then turned it out with a wrench, and that worked pretty well. It came right out that way. So I got those out. Still got to clean them out, but I just have the plugs out. Took the crank to work and pressed the pulley off. That thing was really stuck. When it came loose, it made a really big pop. You could see how kind of crusty that is. I got that done, and then I also measured the main bearing journals and the rod bearing journals, and according to the chart that I have that I downloaded from Van Pelt's, it's all stock dimensions. The crank has never been turned or worked on before, so hopefully when the machine shop gets it and cleans them up a little more, all they'll have to do is just polish it up or something. It won't have to be turned. So I think that's about it for the crank until I get it back from the machine shop. Hopefully it's good. Alright, so as you can see, the frame's not painted. I was talking to a guy that's familiar with my build and stuff, and we were talking about motor stuff, and he brought up the fact about fan clearance to the radiator, and got me thinking, and we were talking that I've changed a few things since the last time I tried to fit the fan and everything, and even then I wasn't like 100% sure. So I've changed the radiator, the grill shell, the intake manifold, all that stuff. So I had to put it all back together and check it all out before I go changing or painting anything, in case I have to change motor mount height or something like that. So I got it all together, fit my hood in there to where I know I wanted my grill shell to be, so I know I had clearance. I had my hood on most of the time fitting this. I just took it off so you guys can get a better shot of what's in there. But anyway, so I put it all together and it was okay, but with the new manifold, new to me manifold, the original piece that I had modified, the fan carrier that I had modified, didn't sit on there straight, so I went to plan B and I cut the little legs off of that. I used the fan carrier round and clamp area, shaft and clamp area, and then I made a little flat plate that fit better in these grooves here, that just bolts to it. I don't need adjustment on this because I have adjustment on the generator mount. So this is going to be a solid plate. I got it tack welded right there. I'm just going to take it to work tomorrow and have the welder welded up there. I mean, I could probably do it, but there is going to be some force on that fan, and I'd hate for that to break and my fan go into my nice new radiator. That would really suck. So anyway, I'm going to have him welded up and go from there. But let me put the camera down and I'll get it all hooked up and show you guys how it looks. Alright, so here's the fan installed. You can see I've got clearance top and bottom. Really, the 28s, 29s have a lower front of the grill shell, so that's kind of the hard part of fitting an 8BA in here. And the fan blade does clear that a little bit. Now when I put a hose on here, I may have to trim just like maybe a 1/4 inch, or 1/8 inch, probably like an 1/8 maybe, to clear that hose. I'm not sure yet how thick that hose is. But I mean, there's pretty decent distance there. But anyway, it clears the water pumps down here, and also this offset generator clears that too. So I mean, the fan clears everything. It would be nice if it was a little bit closer to the radiator, but you know, it's not too bad there. Especially if I have my hood on, I think it will flow air better. And then I also have to fill in this little gap right here, maybe with some metal, so all the air that goes in here will go through that radiator. But anyway, and then I'll have my fan belt adjustment by raising and lowering that offset generator, and my hood sides clear that offset generator, so I can still have my hood sides even though this is mounted on the head. So I think that I can safely say that that 8VA is going to fit in there now the way I want it to, and I can use the stuff that I have. We were talking about switching over to the 59A earlier, pulleys and generator fan, but even with the doing that, the generator sits up higher, and I think the fan, I mean, I have the fan as low as I can get it. Okay, when I made this plate, I made it to where that was as low as possible, and it still barely clears the top of the radiator. So if it was up here more, I'd be hitting that, and I have to shorten my blades and all that, so it really wouldn't gain much. But anyway, I think that's going to work, and that's the way I planned it. It saves me time from gathering other parts and stuff, so anyway, I'm done rambling on. That's where I'm at.
Thanks for watching.